Welcome to this presentation on software performance and load testing in 2026. My name is Shay Ginsbourg, and today we will explore how the evolving landscape of web architecture has redefined the way we ensure quality and resilience in modern applications. In a world where digital experiences are paramount, the precision of our performance testing often marks the thin line between a massive success and a total failure. By 2026, performance is no longer just a technical metric, it is a fundamental business requirement. While we might select only a handful of test scenarios, the outcomes of these tests determine whether an application thrives or collapses under pressure. As our systems become more distributed, understanding the underlying topology is the first step toward building a successful testing strategy. The web application landscape of 2026 is defined by three major trends: serverless architectures, edge computing, and modularization. Serverless models allow us to focus on code rather than servers, while edge computing brings data closer to the user to minimize latency. Meanwhile, micro-frontends and microservices break down monoliths into manageable, independently deployable units. Together, these shifts create a dynamic environment that demands more sophisticated testing approaches. Let's look closer at serverless and edge computing. Serverless platforms power automatic scaling, but they introduce new performance variables like cold start latencies. Edge computing complements this by using CDNs and edge functions to process data at the periphery of the network. This dramatically improves response times for geographically dispersed users, but it also means our performance tests must account for a much wider range of network conditions. Modularization has extended to the front end. Micro-frontends allow teams to develop and scale parts of the UI independently. When combined with a microservices backend, the entire system becomes more robust. However, this modularity also means that performance bottlenecks can hide in the interactions between these loosely coupled services. Our testing must therefore validate not just individual components, but the system as a whole. What exactly do we mean by performance testing in 2026? It is a non-functional technique used to evaluate how a system behaves under a specific workload. We are looking for speed, responsiveness, and stability. By assessing scalability and resource usage, our primary goal remains the same: to find and fix bottlenecks before they can impact the end user. Load testing is a specific subset of performance testing. Its purpose is to simulate anticipated peak traffic to see how the system holds up. By pushing the application with a high volume of concurrent requests, we can identify exactly where performance begins to degrade. This ensures the system can handle real-world traffic without compromising the user experience. To measure success, we track 5 key metrics. Response time tells us how fast the system is, while throughput measures its volume capacity. Resource utilization monitors the physical health of our infrastructure, and the error rate alerts us to failures under stress. Finally, concurrency measures the number of active users the system can support at once. These metrics provide a comprehensive view of system health. Selecting the right test scenarios is critical. We can't test everything, so we focus on high-impact business processes like logins and checkouts. By analyzing production data and user logs, we can identify the most frequent paths users take. Collaborating with stakeholders ensures that our technical testing is perfectly aligned with business priorities. Beyond frequency, we must consider data volume and variety. Our test data should mimic the real world as closely as possible. We also need to account for different user personas, from guests to administrators. Crucially, we exclude purely client-side actions to focus on the server. Every scenario must have clear acceptance criteria to determine if the test has passed or failed. It's vital to distinguish between client-side and server-side testing. Client-side operations, like rendering, happen on the user's device and don't stress your servers. Server-side operations, such as database queries and API calls, are what consume your infrastructure's resources. For load testing, we focus primarily on the requests that hit the backend to ensure our infrastructure is truly scalable. In conclusion, the key to performance testing in 2026 is precision. By distilling a massive functional suite into a high-impact short list of scenarios, we can identify the critical bottlenecks that matter most. In our distributed world, this precision is the ultimate arbiter of success. Thank you for your time, and let's ensure our systems are ready for the demands of tomorrow.